everyone, hello. It's Lauren from Color the Kitty and Stampin' Up. We're doing something quite different tonight, which is still excitingly fun. I'm looking forward to doing this with you. So hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. Me, not so much, but glad to be home, glad to be able to relax, and we'll just move forward from there. All right, I'm just making sure I think I got everything I need here, so we'll jump into the notes of the night. Hey Laurie, thanks for watching. I'm gonna first start with the list of events and informational dates and stuff to keep in mind. So, just to kind of mention, I do have a Remembrance Day coloring sheet, which I'll be showing in my video part 2 later on tonight. And I do have Christmas coloring sheets that I have made up that are available as a free download on my website. And so for a current sale right now, yesterday and today, is up to 50% off Paper Pumpkin past kits and refills. But that's only based on if you're an active Paper Pumpkin subscriber. So today's the deadline to subscribe actually for the latest kit, which is from the North Pole, which leads to my next line here. That is the deadline. If you're new to Stampin' Up and Paper Pumpkin, I think are really great kits. It's a monthly subscription of a kit that comes with everything you need to make the projects. The past one, which was Ho 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 for October, it came with, I think, enough to make 9 cards. It's got the stamps, the ink, all the materials die cut, ready to go, and included adhesives as well. So I think it's a really great monthly program that Stampin' Up puts together. And the advantage of being an active subscriber is if there's a past kit from a few months ago, there's opportunities to purchase later on. Like, so one of the kits I showed on my Facebook group earlier today was it was, I forget what it's called now, but it's like, it had to do with like a sea kind of theme, and it's nice to be able to acquire those kits from time to time. And so I do sell this stuff. Yes, I do have shopping links for all this. They're really great kits. I'll show the Ho 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 one in a bit, but it's nice to be able to purchase the past kits in the refill materials. And today they're up to 50% off, which is nice. So next up on my little list here is November 15th is my deadline to register for direct mailing of the new catalog. So Stampin' Up has 2 active catalogs in any given time of the year. There's an annual catalog that runs from May to April, and then there's the mini catalog, which is the 6 months period, at the beginning of the year and the second half of the year. So right now it's July to December is the current one. January to June is a new one coming up, and I have the opportunity to put in an order by the end of this month to have the catalog sent directly to people versus I can order the catalogs and I get them and then I gotta mail them out myself. So I'm collecting names and addresses for people who would like a catalog mailed to them directly. I haven't seen a new catalog yet. I'll have my access probably later this month or early to next month. I'm really excited to see what's in store for the new mini catalog for January to June. Every Thursday I come here live. However, next week, November 17th, I'm kind of uncertain on my schedule because something came up in personal life, so I'm just trying to sort out if I'll do videos in the morning or I'll do a makeup of another day, probably Friday or Saturday. November 29th is something I host for free. It's a free social crafting session on Zoom, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's totally free. Work on any craft you want to work on, and I provide this monthly as a way of just kind of trying to build a crafting community here. Every month I have a bingo game, so currently for November. It's a free game. All you have to do if you want to be entered into the bingo game is send me your 5 numbers between 1 and 75. Totally free game. And then I have a couple loyalty programs here, which is the Stampin' Club and the Mini Stampin' Crew. The Stampin' Club is based on orders. Oh, hey, I didn't edit my sheet again this time. Okay, it's supposed to say orders in November over $50 or more are entered to a draw, and the same with the crew for orders under 50. I split up this way because Paper Pumpkin kits are The subtotal is 32.50, so I do have a good round of active subscribers. So I want to be able to give them a chance to earn a loyalty prize from me. Once a month, someone does get a prize from me. And it also applies to subscribing for my card classes and fees and stuff like that. So it could be a Stampin' Up order, it could be a Paper Pumpkin order, it could be signing up for my card classes. It's kind of a mixed bag of ways of doing this. And my prizes are small, but it's something I just like to do to give back. December 2nd, this is important, is my next card class, which is the Oh What Fun card and gift wrap class. I am pretty much collecting names and payment until about, I would say, November 18th. Because it's so close to Christmas and I want to make sure everything is mailed out well and in time. So it's $7 fee to join, and then if I need to mail, an extra $2. If you're local to me, because I am southwestern Ontario, so I'm kind of near Toronto, but not in more of the Halton region. So if you're out my ways, we can work out a way to meet up and exchange. And to mention, available November and ongoing for any sort of party hosting or unparty hosting, whichever. I'm willing to work with you on putting together an event for you and your friends. It could be a Zoom session, could be a Facebook Messenger or a Facebook group. And yeah, so then every Thursday, or most Thursdays, I'm here. This is part 1. Part 1 is Stampin' Up. And then my part 2 is more Color to Kitty, is my other name. So, and then these videos go up on my YouTube channel sometime later tonight or tomorrow. And yeah, so yeah, there's my mostly talky part of the night. And Lori, yes, I think crafting is great. I used to start by just coloring, and then I kind of transitioned to a little more into card making and such. I find it's a great way to just self-care, and like I have depression and mental health issues, so I find this is just great for, like today I had a bad day and at least I can come home and do something I enjoy and enjoy this. So there we go. Alright, so the Paper Pumpkin promo, here's a teaser picture. So we see 2 boxes here. The candy cane stripey one is the current one that I have now, which is the Ho 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 kit. And then the second box, which is a little more white with the Santa hat on it, is the next kit from the North Pole. So Ho 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 is cards. The other box, the from the North Pole, is Christmas tags. And both of these kits coordinate really well together. If someone is interested in a last minute subscribing. And from time to time, right now we're more Christmas mode, but other kits have flowers, and there's so many things that we get into. And even like for the stamps, the die cuts, the dies, there's so many products. Flowers is so common with Stampin' Up. They're great. A few months ago, we had a sunflower kit, which is really cool. For hosting, what I have added to this little slide here is the option that people can host their own card making class with me, up to 10 guests. I have a flat rate for this. It could be in person if we're local. We're not always or on Zoom. And with that host, I provide them a host code. So for how the sales works is the minimum tier is $200 in sales, which is about 10% rewards. It's based on the amount of sales. So it could be like, if it was $220, it could be $20 to $22. Sorry, my math is a little off tonight. So it's a great rewards program, and it could be one order or it could be multiple orders. There's no limitations on it. It has to be so many orders. Oh, cool. Well, that'd be awesome to see for flowers for the wedding. I have a friend who is bugging me about helping her making wedding invitations, so that will be a really fun project I'm looking forward to doing. For joining, oh, this is my older join picture. Okay, that's fine. I realized I didn't get my slides all figured out tonight. To join Stampin' Up, and this is totally optional. I talk about it because I kind of sort of should, and I would love to grow a team, but I don't push this on people. But if anybody is interested in wanting to learn on the other side of things, on being a demonstrator, I would love to have a conversation. The quick pointers would be 20% commission right off the bat on the commissionable items. And the community that I'm in, the team, are really awesome. And there's so much creativity, idea sharing. They got internal challenges to encourage more creativity. And they're really good with supporting the small businesses' ideas. With even some of the challenges are to help people get themselves a little more out there. So it's a great community, and that much I can say. And I'm very, very much a supporter of kit snapping because it's a great way. So the joining kit, if I remember correctly, it's $135 to join, and and with that amount money put into it is your own customized starter kit. So what the budget is, $135, you go in and you select whatever items that's available you can put into your starter kit. There's no, one kit only as the starter. It's customizable, which is wonderful. And I love it. Alright, so I'm doing things, I'm not doing much crafting tonight, but I just want to do a little bit of talking. So right now we're coming up to Stampin' Up is having the yearly conference, and unfortunately I am not going because it's not local to me, and just finances was like, yeah, I can't really do it right now. But I did receive these through email. I did acquire the Quick Start Achiever 3 months program, and then as well as the 6 months program. And then the first title when joining is bronze, but I became bronze elite January this year. So just as a little something I just wanted to share about myself. And I'm looking at making these into something. I don't know. I'm not sure. This was provided to me last year at conference, and I'm thinking of kind of incorporating all this into a little side project. But that will be for another day. But what I want to talk about a little bit tonight, which is a totally different thing. I'm not really crafting, which is odd. But Stampin' Up is so many colors. Colors and colors and colors. And a lot of the colors is all different names. So as much as we'd like to say red or purple, green, blue, they're all different names. And they're all complicated names sometimes. So I didn't know, I knew about these, and then I was scrolling around watching some older videos on the team group page, and I'm like, I should print these actually, because I have also on my desk is a very different color cube, which has nothing to do with Stampin' Up. It's all good. Alright, let me just quickly show the color cube, because it occurred to me last night, I'm like, I can incorporate these pieces of Stampin' Up Colors sheets into my cube. So hey, no pressure. It's like I try not to bug people about too many things, because like I get it. It's like it took me a long time to join. So this is a non-Stampin' Up product, but this is something I have, which is a color cube, which is really great for usefulness. I've got 2 of these. They're great color palettes for planning, and then what's nice is this shows me the 3 shades of the tint and shade of the 3 colors, which is useful. But what occurred to me last night was I could use these to incorporate into my color cubes. So if you have questions about the color cube, let me know. They're from Sarah Renee Clark. She is awesome, and it took me a long time to get them. So I have these sheets. So Stampin' Up has these color coaches. So each one's got like the colors, and it's showing, I would say, complementary colors to work with these. So tonight is just a really quick go over these. And I was reusing paper, so I originally printed them, and they're like tiny, and I'm like, no, I need them bigger. And I could have used cardstock, but I'm like, I'll come back to that another day. Alright, so I've got all these colors, and it's just great to see ways of how do I coordinate colors a little better with the Stampin' Up stuff. And it also shows me the names, and I will say my printer was a little off printing these, but that's okay. Gives me a good representation of what I'm working with. So, and these PDFs I have available. If anybody would love to have a copy of these, they're just great to see Stampin' Up colors. And these ones so far are part of the main collection that we have for colors. And there's so many great colors. Alright, so that's the first set. And then what Stampin' Up! Has is every year, or whatever, there's what's called in colors. So I picked it up from another demo because I was trying to find these last night, and I'm like, where am I going to find these? Because I couldn't find it on my usual login. So this sheet is 2022 to 2024 in colors theme. And at the same time, we have 2021 to 2023 in colors theme. So they're super useful. So there we go. Just thought I'd show you. It's like these are so wonderful. Now, the new colors. So the new in colors comes out every May, I think. And these are wonderful. These are really great. Like, although what's interesting was the Orchid Oasis and the Starry Sky are almost the same, but not. But they're cool. And these colors, all of these, are available as cardstock, ink. They're featured in so many designer series paper, like scrapbook paper colors. I just don't have any easy reach right now. And they're wonderful. Like the ink pads. I've been using this one for my Christmas stuff, but this is Sweet Sorbet, which is here, which I know my printer didn't quite give it justice, but at least I got a representation. So these colors are wonderful. Whoops, as I hit my lamp. Alright, let me see if I can quickly grab the designer series paper pack. I've got one way over here. I got a partial one. So here's an older one from last year, actually earlier this year's celebration. So what's nice is getting, like, because when I first joined, I was like, I don't know all these colors. I don't know the names. But when buying scrapbook paper, whoops, stuff like this, again, flowers. This was a really neat celebration item that we have at the time. It'll tell me around here, because this is called Daffodil Afternoon. It tells me all, hard to see, all the coordinating colors. So basic black, crushed curry, daffodil delight, evening evergreen, flirty flamingo, mint macaroon, mossy meadow, pale papaya, pear pizzazz, and very vanilla. So at times when I'm working on a project, if I find a color I like, I can look at these and see, are the colors I'm looking for featured on here? And it's also useful for, sometimes I'm like, I want to use this paper, but what colors are in here? I can look at the list and see, well, what ink can I use? What other paper can I use? And now that I have this color coach, I can also see what colors also would coordinate well with it. So there we go. That's where tonight was quite different than usual. I just wasn't fully up for some crafting, but at some point I am going to cut these squares up and put them in my color cube, and I've got a more of a reference to work with colors. Anyway, so that's it for tonight. Any questions, hey, please let me know. If, yeah. So there. My little puppy is staring at me. It's almost walk time here. Anyway, so I'll be back later tonight for my other video, which is Color the Kitty. And it'll be a little bit of coloring with my Remembrance Day picture. And then I'll be back on the weekend for my usual, I've been doing a theme. It's almost like the 12 weeks of Christmas kind of theme, but I've been calling it Christmas Madness. So each week I do some sort of Christmas card. I did this actually the other day on a whim, because this is actually really fun. And this is just based on cardstock, ink, stamps, and then some colored pencils. So I tend to kind of keep things a little more simple. So I love this kind of stuff, but this is cool. And I've been doing this lately on the weekends, just kind of mucking around. This is actually a box of tags, and I'm like, I want to make them into cards. So there we go. So I like to try to use minimal materials because I totally get it. Like, I'm on a budget myself. As much as I look at the Stampin' Up! Products and I'm like, I want it all. I like to try to show ways of, if you have some materials, can still put something together. So that's kind of what I do. And then with my Christmas Madness theme, I've been doing the 12 weeks of Christmas idea. I've been using my older paper pumpkin holiday kits to kind of show what can be done. So there we go. And then I do a live stream on the weekends of like 1 hour of coloring because I've been working through this one project that's just taken me a long time. Anyway, so I'm gonna more or less sign off, and just a quick reminder for the like, share, comment, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff, because it helps me know that I can keep doing what I'm doing. And I'll see you soon. All right, everybody. Bye for now.